So Solstice, I'm sure everyone has heard about its reception so far. Besides no sparrows and no weapons, armor, and earnable cosmetics in collections, we got refreshed perk pools for the two previous event weapons, Compass Rose and something new. We also got the first Strand Rocket, a precision frame called Crowning Duologue, which to me is more of a whoa, first Strand Rocket, sick, than one I'd actually consider grinding a good roll for. Not really wanting to grind the best activity ever, Bonfire Bash, anyway, even if it is the greatest thing ever. In short, not that excited for it since precision frames inherently have a lower damage multiplier, and its perk pool is not very interesting to say the least. In column 3, we get a chance of rolling Shot Swap, Pugilist, Demolitionist, Field Prep, Auto Loading, Impulse Amplifier, and Ensemble. In column 4, we have Cluster Bombs, Swashbuckler, Chain Reaction, Envious Assassin, One for All, Hatchling, and Adrenaline Junkie. So, yeah, not a very exciting perk pool. Definitely not a DPS rocket, looking at its options. With things like cluster bombs and one for all, you're looking more at a crowd control option or crowd control into some DPS. But even so, perks like one for all, chain reaction, and hatchling would benefit way more being on a primary special or other heavy weapon like a machine gun or sword, since a rocket will just leave nothing in its wake and these perks won't be used to their full potential. Obviously, in PvP, any roll works fine, but for PvE, if I'd actually want to roll, I'd look for either field prep, auto loading, demo, or maybe impulse amplifier in column 3. Then in column 4, I guess swashbuckler, adrenaline junkie, if you can manage to get a melee or grenade kill before bigger damage, or envious assassin for less need to reload. The Dreamwork origin trait is neat though, being able to refill and overflow the mag once per reload on assist, so you are able to get an auto reload sometimes if in a team potentially. I'm not sure if it worked when having 2 or 3 rockets, though with Envious proc since the mag is already overflowed, Envious could be paired with any of the mentioned column 3 perks to have plenty of rockets going, but I still won't be trying to get any roll really. This is mainly due to us already getting 3 other rockets this season, and the first 2 of those being top tier. You got Cold Comfort being able to shoot 4 rockets in a row thanks to Envious, with bonus damage thanks to either Bait and Switch or Explosive Light, as well as Apex Predator with good old Reconstruction for basically always 2 in the mag, and big damage thanks to Bait and Switch. In addition to amazing rolls, their damage multiplier is that of 1.1x, which is 20% extra damage than precision frame rockets. So immediately, these two are way better when it comes to raw damage. So again, not really looking to go for any alright roll of the Duologue. And even though it's more of a crowd control rocket, you wouldn't even want to waste a rocket on ads. You'd always want to save rockets for bigger targets, unless you're in a dire situation and need a quick option. Plus, we have so many other options for ad clear that don't require heavies. We got beastly primaries with perks like Volt Shot and Incandescent, combos like Stats for All and One for All, abilities that literally decimate entire rooms, and even just other heavy options like swords and machine guns. So all in all, Crowning Duologue is a rocket, that you just use for Strand Search, which has a chance to not even be a thing next season since we've had it for 2 straight. Or just, well, if you feel like using it for something. Maybe if it didn't release alongside other powerhouses, it would have been used more, but oh well. There's literally other way better options to slay out. Moving on, as mentioned before, the previous 2 weapons got perk refreshers. Something new, the aggressive stasis hand cannon was pretty forgettable last year, having nothing very exciting. So for perks, in column 3, Stats for All, Ensemble, and Tunnel Vision were removed, and in their place, Discord, Rapid Hit, Subsistence, and Pugilist came to life. In column 4, Thresh, Well-Rounded, and Multi-Kill Clip exited stage right, and in came Encore, Golden Tricorn, Frenzy, and Kill Clip. It really hasn't changed much since last year, and this is probably more of a PvP pick than PvE. For PvE, though, you could go for a headstone roll with something like Rapid Hit, Feeding Frenzy, or Subsistence, but if you already have a good Ice Luna, you would probably gravitate towards that more due to its faster fire rate and availability. PvP, this year you're able to get a kill clip roll, and you'll probably want to pair that with Rapid Hit, probably the best choice there to help with landing shots and reloading faster. As for how it is, it's actually pretty good. It isn't crazy or anything, but having kill clip makes it very solid, able to 2-tap players at mid to low resilience, hitting 100 to the head. Someone with say 10 resil will take 3 hits. Rapid hit on 120s is fine, but you'll only benefit from 2 stacks unless you have multiple people in front of you. With the origin trait, just like last year with multi-kill clip, it can get in the way of proccing kill clip if you get an assist and another quick kill, since you're overflowed to about 10 and need a quick reload to get the perk rolling. Definitely a bit annoying, so if you're using this, be aware of your mag when getting kills and try not to panic when mashing reload doesn't work. With the damage fall off distances getting some value changes next season, 120s may rise to power again, with them getting a couple extra meters on their fall off start and an extra meter on their fall off end. So you may want to hold on to one of these for next season and then pair it with a good special weapon, who would become a deadly combo. However, with the return of Igneous Hammer to the Trials loot pool next season, something new will be competing with this fan favorite, even though it always has since Igneous is still in the game. It'll just get some perk refreshes. So, you got some choices, but it's always nice to keep something around to see how it'll compare in the future. But ultimately, up to you if you want to surrender yourself to Bonfire Bash. Lastly, Compass Rose, which I forgot existed, also got its own refresh. For the 2 years it's been around, it's really just been another shotgun, being outdone by other archetypes. However, when Season 19 launched, shotgun reticules became unique based on their archetype, and this pushed precision frames back into the spotlight after many years. You know Fractithist? That's a presage frame, and it's pretty neat. So, perks. In Column 3, Fragile Focus, Turnabout, and Air Assault took a hike, and along came Grave Rubber, Underover, Genesis, and Shot Swap. In Column 4, we said bye-bye to Golden Tricorn and said hello to Cascade Point and Envious Assassin. We aren't even going to mention PvE here since most pellet shotties just aren't used there, except the Godly Conditional Finality and Chunkrius, or ones with 1-2 punch. For PvP, most people will immediately gravitate towards Quick Draw Snapshot since they're both great on shotties. I think Shot Swap is also an alright pick, also granting high reload, but you'll need to work for it instead. Vorpal is also alright, but obviously only for supers. You may already have a good roll from previous years, so literally none of this will matter to you. Or you may already have a good roll Matador that you always use. Since they are both precision frames, people may look Matadors way more since it comes from a permanent dungeon that is farmable on some weeks. And beating that ogre a couple times could take less time than running the best Bonfire Bash ever. Matador is also an oldie and a fan favorite, so it's got nostalgia and better access on its side. If you're unable to get a good Matador though, or don't want to sell your soul completely to RNG, Compass Rose may be a good alternative. You may just need to do some good old Bonfire Bash and hope you get a good roll. Anyway, we've had a brief look and overview of the 3 available weapons this Solstice: Compass Rose, Something New, and Crowning Duologue. They will be around for another week and a half, so if you're interested in any of them, get grinding before they're gone for another year. Unfortunately, it seems that Solstice gear just really lacks recently compared to other events. Maybe next year will be different, and if I had $1 for every time I've said or thought that, I'd be on a yacht. As always, if you found this at all helpful or enjoyed your stay, dropping a like or sub is greatly appreciated and will 100% give you that extra RNG bump. If you're interested in how to power up the beast that is Graviton Lance now, might I suggest checking this out? Could prove handy. Thanks for watching in these quiet times, and here's to August already. Wow, how is it almost August? That's all from me. I'll talk to y'all later.